My topic is legal education in schools. Standing strong on the pillars of justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity, our Constitution of India is a testament to the remarkable journey that we have had as a nation. From fundamental rights to directive principles, from quasi-federalism to parliamentary democracy, our Constituent Assembly sat for 2 years, 11 months, and 17 days to imbibe the spirit of a newly independent nation into the supreme law of our land. The preamble to our Constitution begins strongly with the words, "We, the people of India," emphasizing that the people of India are the source of real power and authority. However, for most in our country, this incredible power is just admired from afar. It is not closely understood. When we speak, when we hear, when we listen, we call India a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, but what do these words even mean? We aim to be governed by a rule of law, but what constitutes that rule of law? And hence, yes, there is a case, and a very, very important one at that, for introducing a subject on constitution and other important laws as a part of higher secondary education. If we can prepare 16 and 18-year-olds for their careers, why can't we prepare them to be responsible citizens? The Economic Survey 2024-2025, conducted by the Ministry of Finance for the Government of India, clearly stated that India's school education system serves 24.8 crore students. Think about that. 24.8 crore young minds ready to be ignited. When we speak, when we think, when we understand, like I said, 24.8 young minds ready to be ignited, higher secondary education is the time where students go out into the world, they start building a life for themselves. They are expected to vote, to work, and very often to assimilate into society without knowing the legal framework that governs it, leading to a declining sense of civic responsibility and a lack of interest of the youth in law and in polity. Further, human beings tend to fear what they do not understand, and the law is no exception. And that is why maybe for most the law appears as something very distant and very intimidating, but not because it is unjust, but because it is unfamiliar. Introducing legal education in schools at an early age will help to replace this fear with knowledge, and the law will be looked at as a tool to protect, not as a weapon that punishes. When young people begin to see the law in the technology that they use, in the words that they speak, in the relationships that they build, in the careers that they choose, it no longer remains a far-off abstract concept. It becomes a lived reality. When students know that they are backed up by the law, especially in cases when they face issues like cyberbullying, harassment, discrimination, they are encouraged to fight against that prevailing injustice, and they become strong, independent individuals that the world, that the society can lean on, because an informed individual is harder to exploit. Citizens that know the law, that know their rights, they also perform their duties dedicatedly, thereby becoming important citizens that the world can lean on. There, however, does exist an argument that says that the introduction of this subject might overburden the existing curriculum. Yet, the law burdens people far more when they encounter it unprepared. Every individual is compelled to learn the law at some point in life, often only after facing some kind of distress. So I ask you, the question is not then whether or not they should learn the law, but when they should learn the law. Should they do it through education or through crisis? Extremely important developments have taken place, especially when people have known their rights and fought for them through forms like public interest litigations. Let's look at the case of Hussain Ara Khatun and others versus Home Secretary State of Bihar 1979. It takes one person who is aware of their rights to create a change. And when an entire country is aware of their rights, it can create a revolution. Our Constitution is not just another legal document. It is a promise. It is a dream. It is a promise to protect, a promise to progress. So let us be a generation that does not just obey the law, but that understands it, respects it, questions it, and that ultimately strengthens it. Because the future of law does not lie in courtrooms alone. In fact, today, right here and right now. It must begin in classrooms. Thank you.